Hi, everyone. Thank you for reaching out with your concerns about Regina's preliminary 2026-2027 budget forecast. Your passion for keeping our city affordable and sustainable is exactly what makes Regina strong. And for my part, I'm truly grateful for the trust you've placed in me to fight for those same values. Now, to be clear, the 15.69% figure is not a proposed tax increase. It is the baseline cost just to maintain current service levels with no enhancements and no cuts. It reflects the reality of drawdowns on our reserves and rising costs that we can no longer defer. Other scenarios are also on the table. Nothing is decided until our open public deliberations that take place from December 15th to the 19th, every day, one full week. And I want every resident watching and weighing in. This new transparent process puts every dollar in plain view so we can finally have an honest conversation about trade-offs. Look, my job, the commitment I renew to you today, is to ask the tough, precise questions that protect taxpayers first. I've proven it time and time again in my first year on council. Here are some examples. I was one of only 2 councillors who voted no to the additional $40 million request for the indoor aquatic facility overrun. I lost that 2-9. If there's an overrun before a shovel hits the ground, what can we expect before the facility is completed? We should have had a fixed price from the start. Second, I moved to cancel the unfunded 2026 portion of the electric bus contract when our transit reserve was nearly empty and projected savings were decades away. I was only one of 3 councillors supporting that motion, and I lost it 3-8. Clearly, by looking at the wall behind me, you can see I'm a big supporter of battery power. Third, I was one of only 4 councillors who voted no to expensive hybrid buses when more cost-effective options existed and were recommended by administration. Yet, I proudly brought forward and voted yes to strengthen the independent office of the city auditor, a motion that passed 8-2. Because independent value for money audits are one of the strongest tools that taxpayers have to ensure responsible spending. Now, as Jim Nicol, our interim city manager, said publicly while answering my question about being good governors, quote, "The challenge is that council and residents have an insatiable appetite for new things, and we keep saying yes without having the funding strategy to support it," unquote. He was speaking a hard truth that applies to many of us, past councils, current council, administration, and yes, residents too, myself very much included. Previous mayors and councils served in good faith, often making tough calls to keep taxes low and deliver the services Regina families wanted and needed. I respect past council service and the difficult balances they tried to strike. I'm not here to point fingers. I'm simply acknowledging that the cumulative effect of all those well-intentioned choices made over decades has finally caught up. No one wants us ducking down the grocery aisle when we see each other. This is Regina. We're all in this together. For what it's worth, Regina's baseline number is higher than Saskatoon's now finalized 5.9% increase for 2026. They were able to come down because they held more public hearings, they heard from more delegates, and made tough choices early. Postponing further only kicks the can down the road and makes the eventual bill worse for us here in Regina. With your input guiding us, we now have a real opportunity to set a responsible, multi-year path. Rebuild reserves, catch up on critical infrastructure, and keep taxes as low as possible without gutting the services families depend on. Look, your role is vital in this process. Your voice is the only thing that matters. Please keep it coming. Tell me what you want. What should stay? What should go? What should get trimmed? I read every single message, and I promise to keep fighting for affordability, transparency, and common sense spending with respect for everyone who has served our city. Together, we'll get this right for today's taxpayers and the next generation. One thing I want to clarify. If you'd like to speak directly at the budget deliberations, and you should, you can register as a delegate. It's open to all residents, and it's a powerful way to have a say, your say, on specific budget items. The deadline to register is noon on Thursday, December 11th, this week. Go to regina.ca or call City Hall to sign up. It's not that hard to do. I've also been receiving hundreds and hundreds of messages about the budget. And while I read every single one, I physically can't respond to each individually right now, nor do I have the administrative support to do so. There's no budget allocation for council staff assistants, which means I'm handling all correspondence by myself. I know many of you are used to me coming by your door to talk things through, and we'll continue to do that. But with the volume of input and my other council duties at this time, I just can't get to everyone personally right now, and I apologize for that. I hope this message helps address your concerns, and I promise to continue engaging as best I can, whether through these updates, through delegate sessions, or eventually face-to-face when time allows. Before I go, I want to share something personal with you. This is a photo of me and the man I was named after, my grandfather George, and his SUV, a donkey named Ririka. He named the donkey after a relative he didn't like. I carry this everywhere as a reminder of my modest, working-class farming roots. In fact, the name George is a Greek word that translates to tiller of the soil. I know what it's like to suffer, to not have enough money to do everything I'd like to do for me and my family. I carry that hard-earned knowledge into City Council every time. I hope that you feel I'm getting it right. Thank you again for your engagement and your trust. I'm honored to serve you. See you soon.